everybody. Thanks for coming back. Today is June the 1st. I had another video which I downloaded from a camera and put it on a computer, and after rendering, it somehow completely disappeared. So that's a bit frustrating. We have to continue though. This is a report from Canada, and I just was watching the results of the Michael Sussman trial in the United States, the Durham investigation. Found not guilty. Not a surprise to me, because so many Democrats were involved in the trial. Yeah, like either as people on the jury, or even the judge himself, who was appointed by a Democrat president. So it didn't surprise me any that justice would not be served, and that it even appeared to me the judge tried to make John Durham look like a fool, in my opinion. And it might be that I'm right. It could be. Right now in Canada, this man, Justin Trudeau, has issued an order that all handguns are to be effectively taken from the people of Canada. That's going to be an interesting thing to try to accomplish. And I don't know who is going to go ring on the doorbells and knock on doors to ask people to hand over their guns. I don't think Justin Trudeau himself is going to do it. I doubt very much that he will. We'll see, though. It could be that he will. Anyway, it's a very interesting thing that's happening to me, because I have this, my opinion, false charge made against me by Revenue Canada. So I wrote to the Privacy Commissioner for information about my payment schedule, the things that I was required to pay. For an outstanding balance from 2016, where the Crown alleges that I had an income of $2.5 million, and I had shown a business loss of $2.4 million. So I thought, this is not right, and I still don't have an explanation. I have nothing in writing from the Canada Revenue Agency, not one word, only phone calls. And that's with all government departments now. Nothing comes in writing. They are afraid that you will go to court and ask a judge to make a judgment. But judges are all told right now by Parliament to not hear cases. There's 45,000 in Canada that are currently not heard. Actually, that was from 2016. It's much more than that now. I have 4 of them. I was self-represented. I have the help of a lawyer who wanted to see justice done, being a lawyer and a member of the bar. Usually nobody shows up in court except me and the judge. There's no representation for the other side. This has happened so many times. And the judge looks at me and he rubs his nose and they rub their eyes. Even woman judge too. They look up at the clock. Then they look down at you, and they can't believe you're still standing there. So one judge got really angry. His name is Judge Stevenson. I was in the Federal Court of Canada. He slapped his hands on the desk. He shouted at me. He said, "Mr. Wheaton, I cannot rely upon anything that you say or any document that you are about to report to use in this courtroom to show your innocence to an allegation made against you by the Crown. I cannot rely upon anything. I'm dismissing your case." That was it. Judge Stevenson. Turned out he's from Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's almost impossible to get information about judges in Canada. It's a secret society. Everything is a secret in Canada. This man said when he came to Canada, he's from Quebec. He's not from Canada. He doesn't live in Canada either. He lives in Quebec. I don't know if you know this, but Quebec has refused to sign the Constitution of Canada, which was written by Papa. He goes by the name of Pierre Trudeau, but his real name is Joseph Philippe Pierre Yves Elliott Trudeau. He's got 6 names. I don't have 6 names. Why does he have 6 names? Do you know that the royalty of England has 6 names? But you didn't know that. They do. Charles has 6 names. Philip didn't have 6 names, though. Prince Philip was born and raised in Germany. He later changed that to Greece, and he said he was the Prince of Greece, and he's about to become the monarch, the King of Greece. I don't know what he was smoking or what he was drinking, but anyway, it's ridiculous what's happening to us in Canada. This woman is the former head of the Supreme Court of Canada. She has a 2-year law degree, and she practiced family law. She went from practicing family law to becoming a full professor with tenure at the University of British Columbia, and she taught law. She studied herself only 2 years. Usually professors have to have a PhD. or the minimum is a master's degree. She has an LLB, which is basically the bachelor's level. And she was appointed by Brian Mulroney, also from Quebec, another Quebec Prime Minister, who is not from Canada. And this is a picture of him here. This man demands bribes and accepts bribes. And when he went to court, he was prosecuted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They all of a sudden lost all the evidence. So he walked away. Took an envelope full of $1,000 bills. Didn't count them though. Oh, this is the Supreme Court of Canada. I'm going to make this one a short one because I'm scared to lose another video. But anyway, these people are, Beverly Ann McLaughlin's right in the center, of course. She has a 2-year law degree. Most of the rest of them have at least bachelor's or PhD degrees. She does not. But anyway, she's quite famous for when she became the top judge for Canada. She was appointed by another guy from Quebec. He's not from Canada either. This is Jean Chrétien. And he appointed her as a top judge. And when she became the top judge, she would, if there were judges who disagreed with, let's say her, in fact, she would put them in a room together and say, you're not coming out until you agree. And she did that, and all the decisions were 9-0 for cases, 9-0. Can you imagine? So a constitutional lawyer, a very famous person in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he decided to write to her. So he did, and he says, you can't do that. You can't have all these unanimous decisions. And what does that mean? 9-0, 9-0. So she changed it. They became 5-4, almost exclusively, because of this criticism of it. She never thought of that. Oh yeah, I guess maybe they shouldn't all be unanimous. So anyway, this group, at the end of their workday, they drink. After all the trouble they've caused for Canadians, I'm not surprised they drink. Johnny Cash used to say this, you gotta drink it all away. And you know what? Who hasn't been there when you've been knocked down and peed upon by people like this? And I've been like Judge Stevenson. He was so angry, I thought he was going to explode. And he calls me a liar, a cheat, I'm fraudulent, I make up documents, he can't rely upon anything. It was the wildest thing you've ever seen. And this woman said she was going to allow one courtroom in Canada to be filmed and people could watch it. Then she changed her mind. No, we're not. So anyway, I want to tell you about her. She's a philosopher, this woman. She has 2 degrees in philosophy. She has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And she has an LLB in 2 years. She must be a brilliant, brilliant woman. But anyway, when they drink, they have the philosopher's drinking song that they have to sing. And they all sing it. They've gotten quite used to it. I don't know if you know what it is. It was written by Monty Python. So it's called the Philosopher's Drinking Song. And they drink every day and they sing this song. So I'm going to do it for you as well as I can. And it is sung in the key of E. Immanuel Kant was a real pissant who was very rarely stable. Heidegger was a boozy beggar who could drink you under the table. David Hume could out-consume Schopenhauer and Hegel. And Wittgenstein was a beery swine who was twice as sloshed as Schlegel. There's nothing Nietzsche couldn't teach about the raising of the wrist. Socrates himself was permanently pissed. John Stuart Mill of his own free will on half a pint of shandy was particularly ill. Plato of his age could stick it away. Half a crate of whiskey every day. Aristotle was a bugger for the bottle. Hobbes was fond of his dram. And René Descartes was a drunken fart. I drink, therefore I am. Yes, Socrates himself will be particularly missed. A lovely little drinker, but a bugger when he's pissed. Thank you all. My friends are going to end the show. Bye.
Wow, Pedro gives you his special gypsy glasses and this is what you choose to look at? Pedro's not very sorry for you. Oops.